That's why people fail, is because they rush straight to that big goal and they miss out on everything in between, which is the most important part. You can't skip those stepping stones and go right to it, because that's where you're gonna learn. You fail in your preparation so that when you get to the big goal, dream as big as you can, so big that it scares you, and you hear that all of the time. But what people don't do is they don't shelf it, forget about it, reverse engineer it to the point where they build that success and that momentum so they can eventually get to it. And that's the part about doing. If you just read, watch, you don't adapt and evolve. You gain knowledge, but it's not applied knowledge. Once you do, you get closer and closer to that big goal. I believe that without doing hard things, we will go backwards in life. We'll go backwards in the way we feel, we'll go backwards in the way our mind develops. And let's just take the pandemic, for example. When that happened, you could take a look around to your peers or colleagues or associates and say, they've experienced hard things based on what I'm observing how they're handling this right now. And then flip side of that is I could look over here and say, okay, these people have never experienced something difficult in their lives and really, really struggling with this. And we all struggle with different things at different times, but it was pretty obvious to me who had experienced things before and who could handle something like that. And so for me, doing hard things with intent is preparation for the unknown, because life's not easy. Life is not easy, and we all struggle with our own ways. And I truly believe that we all have to go through this life, and we all have to learn the same lessons in order to navigate it. It's like a board game, and you hit all the check marks, and you got to hit all the squares, and you're gonna keep falling down the slide in Snakes and Ladders if you fail that test. And when you pass the test, you get to go up the ladder. How do I become more mentally tough? How do I become more mentally tough? How do I overcome the barriers? How do I climb that mountain? You cannot read about it. You cannot hear someone tell their experience from it. You have to have an experience. You have to climb the ladder.
What is it about doing it yourself? I agree, by the way, but I want to know, have you thought about why it is that we have to actually be in the mud doing the hard thing ourselves?
Because motion creates emotion, and you have to experience something and feel it in order to have an experience or knowledge with it. And so if you are backed into a corner, you're beat, you're broken, and somebody says, when that happens, you can take the next step. Well, do you truly believe you can take that next step if you haven't done it? Because I'm sure in your life with what you've built, momentum is a huge thing, right? Success breeds success and confidence breeds confidence. And so by actually doing, you're creating those small wins in your path, and then you can draw back on those experiences and apply them to now. You can't do that. You can't gain momentum by reading something. It's always by application.